my beautiful buds. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Joy and this channel is, well, Sprouts with Joy. And we just talk all about lots of planty stuff on this channel. So if you're interested, please feel free to hit that subscribe button down below. Now, okay, I have a lot of things that I'm planning on doing these next few days. And originally I was thinking, oh, it'll just be a plant chores video because I just have a lot to do. But now I'm realizing it might turn into a lot more than just plant chores, because ever since I made my house plant tour video, I've had lots and lots of ideas of how to rearrange my space, which is, I know it's kind of funny because I literally just recorded the way that my plants were, but then I was like, I want it to be more beautiful from a decorative standpoint, and also I want the environment to be better for my plants as well. And in that video, I did talk a lot about some of the plans that I had, such as hanging up a pole in the window that's in front of me where I can hang up different plants that would be fine in a south-facing window. And also I wanted to put up a grow light in my bedroom above the monstera, but then I realized, actually, I don't think I want both the monstera there. I think I want to put a grow light and then move one of the monstera to a different room, and then put up a plant shelf, and then it has a humidifier there, and it would be a great place to put more plants that I'm planning on getting in the future. So all of that, and I was thinking, oh, well, maybe I'll go to Goodwill. Spoiler alert, I did go to a couple of thrift stores, but I didn't find what I was hoping to find, which is totally fine. I mean, when you go to a thrift store, you never know what you're gonna get, right? But yeah, I picked up a couple of things, but they weren't plant related, so I don't think I'm gonna show you that footage, but maybe someday I'll make a trip out there and it'll be successful. So yeah, and so it's just, this video is turning into kind of a lot. So it's just gonna be a whole lot of planty stuff, lots of exciting things. And I'd say the most exciting thing is, as of like 30 minutes ago, I was on Facebook Marketplace, kind of a dangerous spot, I know. And there is kind of like a local plant guru that lives nearby, and she has lots of rare plants. She owns like over 400 plants, and she's constantly putting things on Facebook Marketplace. So I always like to like kind of poke in and see, oh, how you doing? What are you selling? And she had some really cool plants for sale. So I was kind of bargaining with her, chatting back and forth, seeing if they're available. I talked to my husband about it, and he was like, go for it. So I'm gonna be picking up some commercially rare plants today. Probably, so this is by far the most I've ever spent on single plants, but I'll let you know what they are. I don't know, I don't think I wanna give it away just yet, but let's just say I'm spending almost $200 on 3 plants. So yeah, but I'm excited. I'm gonna be picking them up later today, but first I want to show you the situation with hanging up this grow light that I'm hoping to do. So let's go upstairs to my bedroom. All right, so this is the situation in my bedroom. These monstera are doing fine, but I think that they would benefit from a grow light because that is a north-facing window. I've got a west-facing window on the other side of the bedroom, but it's pretty far away. So this room gets somewhat bright, but only with ambient light. It's really not very strong, and I can just tell that these guys aren't getting as much light as they need. It's enough to survive, but not to thrive. But also, I was thinking I would like to move this monstera to my guest bedroom, and I've been doing some rearranging in there as well to make it look a little bit nicer, and I have some long-term plans there too. And also, since I have the humidifier here anyways, which I want to keep in here, I like to have the humidifier in here just for our own health in our bedroom. But I want to move this to the guest bedroom and eventually put some sort of a plant stand here, shelving situation. And I want to hook up a pendant grow light up here so that any plants that I have here will get better light and good humidity. So I'm just hoping to supplement with a grow light and see if that really helps. So let's go ahead and get started in doing this. what we've got going on now. We've got the monstera Peru, which is looking nice. We've got this Rhaphidophora tetrasperma, and now this monstera deliciosa in this space. Now, it's not entirely perfect. I feel like it's a little bit invasive because this is a pretty small room in general, but I think that it works for now, and I honestly really like the feel of it. There we go. And I did do a little bit of rearranging just to clean this space up. Again, this is not entirely what it's going to be like. I would love to put some plants in this lower section here because, as you can see, it actually gets quite a bit of light, a lot more than you would expect on that lower level. So at some point I might want to put plants there, but yeah, for now, this is my little setup that I've got going on here. Of course, up there is wonderful, and we've got a lot of these plants that need very bright light. If you remember from my houseplant tour, these plants were not in there yet, and I decided to just pot them up together. And I consolidated a lot of my succulents, the propagations that I have going, so they're all just kind of sitting there, looking pretty. But yes, so I'm fairly happy with where it's at. I have bigger and better plans. I'm probably going to let go of this orange tree because it takes up a lot of space and I just don't like it enough for that, which makes me sad, but it is what it is. For hanging the grow light, I used a GE full spectrum grow light bulb that I already owned and a $15 pendant light cord that I got off of Amazon. The cord came with the hooks and the anchors and the little black thing to hoist it into place. This ended up being a little bit chaotic because the anchors kept on breaking and we were eating lunch and our baby woke up from her nap in the middle of it. But thankfully my husband offered to help, and that did make the process much easier so that we could just kind of work as a team. As a whole, I'm super happy with how it turned out. I might add a lampshade someday if I find one that I like, but honestly, for now, I'm really content with what it looks like, and I hope that my plants will thrive under it. As you can see, my cat Al seems to like it as well. So this was a brown pole that was just left over by the previous homeowners, and it was just sitting in our basement, and I decided that we may as well put it to good use. So I started painting it with an old paint sample that I've had for like 4 years, but it's still perfectly fine. And it happens to be the perfect color. It's just slightly like a very light gray or off-white looking color. That happens to match my walls pretty well. So yeah, we'll go ahead and just hang this up with my Hoya in my dining room. So this right here is just the before, featuring my little kitty Ginny. This is one of the cat's favorite spots here on this built-in. But yeah, I just have two Hoya currently hanging here with these white S hooks, and I'm planning on just putting the pull up here. Eventually I may put more Hoya or other plants here, but it is a pretty bright window, so I have to be careful about which plants I put in this spot. We'll see how that looks. Well, ready? 3, 2, 1. And there we are. There's a pole. I'm probably gonna touch up the paint as well. Okay, I did want to come back and give one final update. We finished arranging things with the pole, so I'll just give you a quick look to see what we did. So we secured the pole with brackets on top. You can't really see it, but it's in place so it won't just slide off for whatever reason if it gets knocked. And then I added a third plant, my Hoya Australis Lisa, with a macrame hanger that I recently made. I like the complex ones, but I have recently been gravitating more towards the simpler ones. So I decided to just make a really simple one because these two kind of are pretty involved already. So yeah, they're just chilling there. I've got 3 Hoya, and that whole little space looks much cleaner now. I also touched up the pole, like I said I was planning on, I think. I can't remember. But yeah, and look, I just love how the light hits this guy. So, yep. All right, we're on our way to pick up the plants. So I'm about bursting with excitement, but I'm just trying to hold it together. Excited to share with you what I got. Okay. I don't know which one to start with, but I purchased 3 plants, but she threw in 2 little freebies, so that was very kind. She did not have to do that. So let's see, I will start with, this one's a good one. This is the Monstera Siltepecana. She was $20 for this little 4-inch pot. I'll let you take a look. Absolutely beautiful. I love the silvery tinge to them. I've heard that once they mature, they kind of lose that silvery tint, so I'm probably not going to have her climb anything because I like the silvery tint and I don't want her to mature to the point where she loses that. But yeah, this will be my, my 4th kind of Monstera, because I have a Monstera Adansonii, Deliciosa in Peru, and this will be my 4th kind. So I'm excited to have her. She's kind of uncommon, but not like terribly uncommon and terribly expensive. So yeah, this was one that I added to my wish list relatively recently. And when I saw her, I was like, okay, I like that. And also I figured I would add, I have purchased from this seller before. So yeah, I trusted her. I knew that her plants were great. All the plants I've ever received from her have been A+, fantastic. So the next plant I'm going to talk about is a top cutting. It's not rooted yet, but it's currently in the process of rooting, and it is a top cutting of a philodendron Dark Lord. Oh my goodness. So this was $35, which is a bit pricey for a cutting that's not rooted yet, but considering it's a philodendron Dark Lord, I felt like it was a pretty good deal. So this is definitely more on the commercially rare side. It's not incredibly easily accessible, and I was looking up online to like find other people that have them, and it doesn't seem to be the most common plant. So I was very pleased to have it. Just look at that. As he matures, he'll get, I think, burgundy backs, which if you have been on my channel for any amount of time, you probably know I love burgundy backs or pink backs or anything like that. And yeah, so as his leaves come out, they come out really, really dark and then they fade to green. So yeah, and there's a new leaf coming in already. And obviously there are no roots yet, so I will be working with him to get roots. And I think once, I am planning on getting a plant shelf for my bedroom just underneath where we put that grow light, right by the humidifier, and it will hopefully be a really nice spot. And that's where I'm planning to put a lot of these more uncommon to rare plants, because I'm gonna keep my cats out of the room, my toddler out of the room, like it'll be safe, hopefully, and hopefully a pretty good environment for those plants until, you know, maybe someday I'll get a greenhouse cabinet where I can keep some of these guys. But yeah, I'm very excited. I've been wanting a philodendron like this for a long time, and I heard about the Dark Lord. I feel like I'm talking about Voldemort or something, which is really fun. I heard about it, oh gosh, what's her name? Amanda Ray Wright. Yeah, she has a Dark Lord and she really likes her Dark Lord. And ever since I saw that Amanda Ray Wright had a Dark Lord, I was like, oh, I mean, I gotta have one too. So yeah, beautiful plant. Obviously this one is pretty juvenile, but as they get big, they have pretty distinct lobes, and it looks quite fun and dark, and I think dark foliage is really beautiful. So yeah, it'll be a very fun addition. This next one was definitely, it's the most expensive of what I purchased today, but I talked with my husband about it and he was like, babe, just go for it. So I did, and this is, to this date by far, I think the rarest plant that I have. I don't really know how it compares with the philodendron dark lord, but this is certainly the most expensive plant I've ever purchased. This is the philodendron mame. Wow, wow, wow. There are 5 leaves here and 1 more on the way. This is a 6-inch pot. Oh my goodness. Every single leaf here looks practically flawless. Gorgeous, gorgeous. So to my understanding, the mame is a crawling philodendron, not a climbing one. So kind of similar to a gloriosum. So his growth pattern, he will continue just crawling out of the pot. We'll see which direction he goes. But wow, I never thought I would own a mame, but here we are. I hope and pray that I will do well by this plant. I think that I will, but just look at the silvery details and just how pillowy the leaves are. If you feel it, it's like there are these airy lumps almost. It's hard to explain, but I guess pillowy is the best way to put it. And oh my gosh, it's so pretty. So yeah, I have a mame, guys. We'll just have to see how it goes. But these leaves have the potential to become huge, like probably bigger than my head. So, but yeah, he's at a really good starting point, and yeah, this plant's gonna get the best place in my home. Like, as best as I can give him, he's gonna get it. So yeah, it's a mame, guys. It's a mame. Okay, now for the 2 bonus plants that she gave me. This is just a little baby Rhiphidophora tetrasperma, which I have one already right here, but I really like this plant a lot, and I'll either pot this in with this guy when he's ready to be repotted, or I'll just start him on his own pot, because honestly, I really like this plant. So very pleased with that little guy. Then the next one that I got for free is a global green pothos. It's just this tiny itty bitty little cutting that's currently rooting in spag. So it's so itty bitty. I'll probably put it in my prop box so that it can get the added humidity, and really, I'll just kind of burrow a little section for it, and hopefully it'll just take off. And I really enjoy pothos, so it'll be fun to own a slightly rarer variety of pothos. So yeah, just a little global green. You can see there's that itty bitty little bit of variegation. So as far as the haul goes, that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna put them all back in this box here I have. And I think I'm gonna just quarantine them for a couple days in this room. This is a very sunny, bright room, but I'll put them kind of on this bed away from the rest of the plants. That's what I tend to do when I'm quarantining new plants, because it's a sunny location. Well, it's not direct sunlight, but there's lots of indirect light on that location in the middle of the bed, but it's also far away from the other plants. So it's kind of semi-quarantined. At least it's not touching any plants. So I'm gonna set that up, and then yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate any little bit of help I can get. So I hope that you guys have a wonderful and blessed day. Bye-bye.